Hey, girls jamming with our song.
No, I really was too. Every time, and I start singing, I'm like, wait, stop, stop. We're about to. It's time. Let-
Welcome back to another amazing episode of Bitches Who Brunch. I am your head bitch in charge, Miss Bonnie Lynn, and as always, I have my amazing co-host with me, Miss Rita Raw.
no, I'm just kidding. Hey guys.
Hey, um, today we have today's gonna be an episode. I feel like it's gonna sound like a man bashing episode, but we're gonna keep it like strictly to one man.
Yeah. So it's not. We're gonna talk about everybody, all y'all. We promise.
Hey there, Miss Beautiful Priscilla. Love you. Thank you for checking out the live. So, guys, today we're going to talk about Andrew Tate. Who the fuck is he? Why is he relevant? Why is he pissing everybody off? Well, females off. Like, why
Literally.
did your man idolize? We are definitely going to get into Andrew Tate.
Yeah. And then 12 ways to know if you're dating a misogynist. Since we're talking
Oh,
about misogynist, Andrew Tate, I figured we just gonna throw that one in there.
yeah. Yeah. And then we are definitely going to go into sex with misogynists. Why did he keep you coming back? What is it? Is the sex good? Like what? Like
Okay,
what's it like?
coming back. No, I'm
I mean, I got it. Euphemisms. I'm here for them. All night long. Hey, before we get started, though, we want to let you guys know what we are sipping on since we are bitches who brunch. Today, I have a delicious red blend, and it is called Dreaming Tree. So, guys, it's called Dreaming Tree Crush. It is amazing. It's very smooth. I love it. Miss Rita, what are you sipping on?
my usual Dos Equis.
Dose. Oh, I'm here for it.
Yeah,
Not literally,
I
because I don't
actually,
drink
you
beer.
would have been proud. Yeah, yeah, I was about to say, but you would have been proud of me because I tried one of those like Bud Light seltzer things like a few days ago or something like that. I tried like two or three different flavors. They weren't bad. I'm not a seltzer person, but they weren't bad. But just because you like seltzers, I was like, huh, I'll tell her that.
You think I'll like it?
Seltzers?
The Bud Light seltzer.
Oh, I don't know. I thought I was just saying, so you're proud of me in general for trying to seltzer, like just on
No,
my
I
own,
am.
being
No,
there.
I'm not. Girl, I am proud of you. But I said, do you think I'll like it too? 'Cause I've
Mm.
been wanting to try them, but I've been like, because it's Bud Light, and I didn't want it to taste like too much like a beer.
It don't honestly, it don't as a beer drinker, it don't taste like beer at all. Like so I think you'll like it. Yeah. Yeah.
All right, awesome. Well then, I'm gonna have to give me some Bud Light seltzers and give it a go. Well, all
Ooh.
right, guys, y'all know me. Let's jump right in. Rita, how do we blow a misogynist?
Huh? I'm sorry. What you said?
Just kidding.
You said you okay. We just doing that.
Yeah, we going in like that. I like to catch you on your toes. You know what I'm saying? The little feetsies. All right. So
Not
who is Andrew Tate? Rita, I like called you earlier and I was like, you gotta look up Andrew Tate. We're gonna talk about him. Like, this is what's going on. So for people that don't know, Andrew Tate is a British American influencer. He's a 35-year-old influencer from Big Brother, from that show Big Brother. I never watched it, so I don't fucking remember. And he's
I
also
here and there, but even then I didn't
uh,
so okay.
yeah, if it wasn't for TikTok, I would not know who the hell this guy is. 100%. Throwing that out there. So he also is an ex kickboxer, apparently.
Mhm.
Um, he had a successful career at one point, and then the Big Brother thing was in 2016. But right now, he's facing all kinds of accusations that include misogyny, racism, human trafficking, rape culture, that culture. I'm all like, I don't know where that word stands. The R word. Uh, Domestic abuse charities have now called for TikTok to ban his videos. And I don't know if TikTok's going to come with it or what, because on TikTok, he has millions of followers, like millions.
Yeah.
So personally, I don't know where TikTok's going to stand on that. They haven't like released any information or anything like that as of late. I did note that I went looking for his TikTok profile though, and I can't find it. So
No, I couldn't either. I just had to end up like looking up like hashtags and stuff like that that really just had to do with him or mentions of him because I couldn't find his actual TikTok either.
So yeah, so I don't know. Maybe they did, maybe they didn't. But the king of toxic masculinity, as he has been dubbed by followers or viewers, whoever out there, he's estimated supposed to be worth $20 million, and he's all about his money. Like when he goes in his videos, like he's very toxic when it comes to all of that stuff or whatever. But he has this thing called Hustlers University where you pay like $47 to join, and it's just like it has like controversial clips of him like kind of teaching you his misogynistic ways, and all that kind of different like our cultures and stuff that he like perpetuates and stuff like that. So yeah, so whenever I told you to look him up, what were your first thoughts on Andrew Tate?
Well, before I clicked on his videos, I was like, because obviously, you see a kind of mix right away of some hate stuff, some of his best looking stuff, like I guess physically or something, and then his kickboxing stuff. So I didn't know which one was which. I was like, I don't know which guy it is. Like these are all very different. But and then I click on all of them, and he's not for me. Yeah, he's definitely not for me. But when I did click on him and I started listening to, because I was trying. First off, I try to give him the benefit of the doubt. I'm like, maybe it's not as bad. Okay, let's see what TikTok's talking about. Let's see what all these women are talking about. Like, and I ended up seeing some men hopping on there too, like coming at him, and I was like, okay, so he's really hated. He's hated. I was like, okay, so I don't know. That's a lot, my guy.
So definitely any viewers that we have right now, if you guys have ever watched Andrew Tate, if you know who he is, if you have any thoughts on like his beliefs and the culture that he's out there spreading around and stuff, definitely like leave it in the comments. We want to hear what you think. But okay, so he comes on, like he came on and he literally said that he only dates women 18 to 19 years old. He's
Really?
35. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. He says women belong in the home. Big red flag. Big red flag.
Not
Big. Huge. All right. So he says women belong in the home. They shouldn't drive, and they are technically a man's property.
fair. Oh,
That's
that's cute.
yeah. That's right, Miss Priscilla. Red flags everywhere. Like just throw them around. So not just that. So Rita pointed out something really hilarious about him in a lot of his clips. Go ahead, Rita.
He always okay. I could because I couldn't help but laugh, y'all. I'm sorry. Like I okay. No, I'm not sorry. It's just funny. He kept referring to himself or his body as like Hercules and stuff like that, right? Like he was like he said something along the lines of like I was yeah, Hercules, like so he every other time, every other video I would see, he's shirtless a lot, or like if he does have a shirt on, apparently he has it unbuttoned in the front, and you know, people, there were even some interviews where people asked him like, "Why are you always dressed like that?" And he like literally, mainly, he was boastful about his money, boastful about his home, boastful about these 11 women that he wakes up to cleaning his pool or something like that. And
As
then
they
he's
should.
like,
As they should.
yeah, yeah. And then he moves to, then I put on a $6,000 Armani shirt. Why would I button it with a body like this, a body like Hercules, or something? And I was just like, there you go again with this Hercules. I'm like, so me not being able to take it seriously, immediately I picture Hercules, and I don't know what bitches he fucks with, but I imagine they're the ones sitting around his little circle going Hercules. Like, so
Yeah. Those are what we call pick me girls. And
yep,
I mean they're 18 and 19. You really can't blame him. That's probably why he likes to stick to that age. And Miss Priscilla, we are with you. F that dude. Like, most
yeah,
literally. The thing going on the internet. So there's a trend on TikTok where it's like girlfriends, wives, like looking at their husband's TikToks to see if they follow Andrew Tate. And it's like if your boyfriend or your husband follows Andrew Tate, leave him or slap him. One of the two. Like, what are you doing? So, he's trying to, I don't know if it's him or the internet started it or who exactly started it, but there's a thing where they wanted Jake Paul to box Andrew Tate. And so they're kind of alluding to now this might be a thing. And the older Paul brother, Logan, was like, I give you my blessing. Yeah, I give you my blessing. Go fight this kickboxer, whatever, whatever. But the funny part was, is like when they approached Jake Paul and asked him if he would fight Andrew Tate, his little response was, I don't even know who that is.
Well,
Uh, it's because
well,
Jake Paul is not an 18 or 19-year-old little girl that's gonna worship the ground he walks on, apparently. So, so there's also been like some other things on TikTok where you see like different interviews with like there's a lady that interviews him. He's done several podcasts where he goes on. But the interview with the lady is like what had me, especially when she asked him, you know, about her body count. So if she slept with like 50 or more people, would he still pursue her or be in a relationship with her or pursue, whatever? And his answer was hilarious. Go ahead, Rita.
because he pretty much said no, and then turned to the point of the way you can know a woman's value is by her body count. But then you turn around and listen to all these other videos of his. I think I literally watched like maybe two more after that one, and then again there he is, shirtless, of course, Mm. um, shirtless with his Hercules body, and he was like this guy was asking him all the same. They were talking about their suits and why he's shirtless all the time. So again, that came up. And he was like he's sitting there smoking a cigar, shirtless, looking like a whole douchebag that he is. And he's like, and he's like over 1,000 women have what was the word he used? I wish I could remember verbatim the word he used, but he's like over 1,000 women have touched this bodysuit and da 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 da. And yeah, I was like, honey, we're talking about suits, like actual suits. Like you got hit in the head too many times. Um, but yeah, so he went from. So I don't know if that's one of those my way, highway type things. Like sees women this way, but he can get away with all this because he went from talking about how this woman no because she has or might have had over 50 body count and that's her value, so now she's valueless. And then he's over here like, oh, but these 11 women cleaning my pool as they should be, and then these 1,000 women that have touched my bodysuit and done whatever to my bodysuit, and I was like, I'm good, thank you.
That's kind of gross. Yeah, we're big gross. So we're talking about like literally, we're talking about Great Value pit bull over here, thinking he's somebody old hill country fair ass pit bull, whatever. I do not find him attractive. Like I don't like even if his mouth is shut and he's not talking, I do not find him attractive. So
Girl, and he was hyping his whole self up. He was like, I'm caramel, I'm this, I have a Hercules body, like all this stuff. I'm like, honey, stop.
no, 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 no. So his name first came to like public scrutiny whenever it was the kickoff of the 17th season of Big Brother, and a video surfaced which seemed to show him hitting a woman with a belt. So that's where like all that, domestic abuse stuff started coming out and everything. Now, his response to that video was that it was taken out of context and the whole thing was consensual, and that is like how they foreplay or whatever the fuck, I that never like that came from his mouth. Like I can't find anything where she's giving that statement or anything like that. I'm not saying it doesn't exist, it might be out there, but um
I don't know
that
if it's the same one. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I don't
no,
know if it's the same woman, but actually, when I was on TikTok earlier, there was a blonde woman who was claiming to be his ex. Saying that Andrew Tate is my ex. I'm just talking like I guess she wanted to say and put it out there about this video or something that was going around out there of like supposedly him either hitting her or beating her or something like that. So she was hopping on to say like, oh no, like that's not what happened. He would never do that. Like that's just how we play. And so I don't know if that's the same one. I was like, but if not, then that's a whole other one that I just saw. So I don't know. He
uh,
plays a lot.
Yeah, I guess he played too much. But let's talk about how Andrew Tate made his first million. Like how he really like broke into the money making business, and it was something far more sinister than his stupid university bullshit thing that he puts out there for men. So what he did was he reached out to several ex-girlfriends and asked them if like he telling them he wanted to start a webcam business. So this was back before OnlyFans and stuff like that, but the same premises, definitely on the porn side and all of that. And he grew like the business to like 70 women working in four different areas. And it was more than just women selling their bodies. It was like just like stories that were being perpetuated by it. Um, and it was young girls that were getting barely legal girls. So they sold stories about sick family members. Ooh, look at them red flags. Double, double. Yes, yes. So those cam girls, they sold stories. Like it wasn't just like them naked or whatever on camera. It was them telling stories. Stories about like sick family members, mountains of college debt, encouraging their male viewers to pay them for it, and stuff like that. Basically like just hitting all the gullible stuff.
Right.
Absolutely, absolutely gross as hell, Miss Kaylee. Absolutely. So that is how he made his first million by managing the cam girls and his position as a legitimate fraud, like in
Legitimate.
the industry. Yeah, 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 yeah. Um, Now he moved to Romania for a while, and they have like a lack of law enforcement over there, so it made it easy for him to get away with all these bad habits and criminal activity. Um, there have been several allegations of SA and the R word.
Hmm.
Investigations took place in early 2022 over the possibility of trafficking after a 21-year-old American woman told the authorities that Tate's brothers had kidnapped her. So there was a video that was posted to YouTube and Twitter. It shows Tate saying that it's easier to get off on our charges in Eastern Europe, and that's probably 40% of the reason why he moved there. His little words. Those were his words.
Smart guy.
Yeah, yeah. No, dick. Okay, so
I'm like,
but he went on to say that I'm not a arpist.
mhm,
But I
mhm.
like the idea of being able to just do what I want. I like being free. Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah. Uh-huh. It's like literally toxic masculinity at its complete and utter most disgusting. I can't
yeah,
even
like
say
that's
it's finest because it's not fun. Like it's not. There's nothing to be fine
not
about it.
finesse about it. There's no finesse. It's just,
Mhm. So
that's disgusting.
So when they started like bringing up for some reason Jake Paul gets thrown in because the Paul brothers always get thrown into, hey, let's make these fights go on with these Paul brothers. So they always get thrown in on some shit, right? So yeah, he's like, I don't dislike Jake Paul, but I want him to understand something very clear. I will kick the living shit out of Jake Paul. And Jake Paul is like, who are you even?
Like, that's embarrassing.
Who
But
the
that's
fuck
awesome.
are
He
you
can
even?
understand. So that's
But
awesome.
Jake Paul, yeah, Jake Paul is literally, he's like, no, bitch, I'm gonna kick the shit out of you for your stupid ass ways of thinking, and for every female on the face of this planet, I'm gonna beat your ass. So,
Yeah, yeah. I'm going for him. Team him. But you know what's funny is like there was a video that, or I guess an interview, I'm sorry, that I had seen between him and another woman, and I don't know how it necessarily got to this because of course I only saw a little bit of it, but it was where she was like referring to fighting, obviously his kickboxing and stuff like that, being referred to as a type of dance. That even fighting is referred to or can be considered a type of dance, if you will, right? He got super offended and was he was like, well, I wouldn't really call that the same. Like, I know you didn't mean to disrespect me, but that's very disrespectful. He's pretty much in a way started boasting about how he's like fucked people up. Like he was like, there's been people that'll never be the same after I was done with them and stuff like that. And I'm like,
wow. But I
Oh
don't
yeah.
know why he thinks he's Latrell out in these streets and shit. You're gonna need a wheelchair. Fuck out
Boy,
of here.
okay, bye.
Boy bye. Boy bye. I'm done.
You
Take your fucking
caramelized. I know you
uh,
caramelized pickle you like you fucking.
yeah. Take your fucking two sizes, two big ass fucking suits out of here. Fuck out of here. But, so he also came under fire for a comment that he left to a 10-year-old boy. So he praised him because that 10-year-old boy can recite pi to the 200th decimal. He said, I saw some fucking kid in the newspaper the other day who can recite pi to 200 decimals. That's nice, but you look like a geek. Who gives a fuck? Because you ain't gonna get laid. You want to go to a club, start reciting pi to a hoe? You can't go through life like that. Well, I'm a smart guy. It ain't enough. You're talking to a fucking 10-year-old.
What? What?
Yeah, so also let's talk about his rules. So these are his rules, ladies, if you want to date this asshole. I mean, whatever. So you're not allowed
That's
to have any girlfriends.
right now. No.
You're not allowed to have any girlfriends. No girlfriends.
Oh right,
Can't.
yeah, like no friends because they're all enemies. That's how he sees it.
Right.
Any
No
versions of
friends.
his girlfriend are enemies.
You can't go on any girls' trips. None of that. Can't go on any trips without him. Uh, he said it's absolutely disrespectful for a woman to be with a man and then want to run around with her girls and pretend she's still single. She shouldn't even want to. The fact that she even asked to go in of itself is disrespectful. Look, that right there is how you know that man's a fucking misogynist. Not like girls' trips don't mean, hey, we're going to act fucking single. They just mean like we're going to cut up with our girls. Like that, man, fuck out of here. I don't want to hear it.
Yeah,
So, yeah. So, you want to you have a problem, you need to talk about it. You're not allowed to talk to girls about the problems you're having. So not only you're not allowed to have friends, you just can't talk to other girls in general. And
like
you
don't
definitely
find
can't.
out already. Don't even look at him.
Yeah, that should only be taken up with the boys. Any man who sits there and goes, my life ain't going right, let me text some chick, is a dumbass. So not only is he saying the girls aren't allowed to talk to guys, but you as a man, if you're having issues in your life, you're not supposed to go to your girl and talk to her about it. You're not supposed to go to any
Nope.
female and talk to them about it. That's what your boys are for.
Yeah,
And
because
if you
that's
do that,
because that's the
you're a
one you're
dumbass.
at the end of the day. Yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
Seems
And
like I
cheating.
don't have problems.
Cheating. Here's Andrew Tate's definition of cheating. A man can only cheat if he loves someone else. If I have a woman who I truly love and I go out and fuck and I come back to her, I don't care about her. I only love my girl. That's not cheating. That's exercise. Even if she talks to a dude, though, like she can't do that. If she just talks to a dude, she's cheating.
So he's like a whole like he thinks he's a whole ass king back in the fucking day, like medieval times. Like bitch, stay up in your tower. Don't look. Actually, don't even think about the sun either. Like just kind of stay here, sit in your chair, sit in your corner, and knit. Like,
So yeah, and that's right, Miss Priscilla. That is little PP energy. 100%.
yep,
100%.
bitch.
Little PP energy right there. Like, eh. So
His
another.
money is literally the only way he can be that boastful. Because boo boo, you're not cute. You're not worth it. You're a dick. You probably have a small dick. So let's just tone it down a little bit, okay?
Tell me the dick is trash without telling me the dick is trash. Okay.
Mhm.
So he also says, if I had a woman and I would decide not to cheat because I decide. However, I would not see my infidelity as nearly anywhere near even 1% as disgusting as a female's infidelity. Because female infidelity involves emotion. You will not sleep with a man you don't like. I can sleep with a woman I don't like. I can sleep with 100 women I don't like. I have slept with 100 women I don't like. It's a
Exactly.
completely different thing. I can be head over heels in love with the woman, ready to die for her, ready to take a bullet for her and protect her, give her all the money in the world, make sure she has a beautiful family, nice big house, all of it, and I'll still go fuck that other bitch.
I mean, I'm ready to put a ring on him right now. Like, what a
I'm saying, someone hold me the fuck back. Get me his email, please, because like Mhm.
Bitch, please.
Yeah.
What?
So Tate says it's a biological thing that men are capable of meaningless, emotionless sex, and they turn to it. It's turned into like some kind of justification for infidelity instead of seeing it as like it's just like humanity that needs to be kind of like housebroken or whatever, disciplined and stuff. And whereas women are not capable of emotionless sex. Andrew, I just want to put this out there. Exactly. I just want to throw this out there and say I speak from personal experience. We definitely can fuck very emotionless. So,
Hey.
um, yeah. If we fucked you, it would be very emotionless and highly intoxicated. I
Highly.
might add, highly. Maybe even like when my dog dies or something. Like it would have to be a major like shitty
Oh,
event.
but wait, because then he would throw in, oh, but she was
But
emotional
she's
because of the house.
emotional. No, but the emotion wasn't towards you, dumbass.
Yeah,
Fuck
he
out of
pull it around. That's how men like them work. He pull that around somehow. See, me and
Yeah,
the
you're right.
dog, we are one, and I bet her dog was a male dog, and that's why she would, bitch, if you don't calm the fuck down. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but that does kind of like the way he explained that kind of reminds me, and I could be butchering this, like saying a little bit, but I know it goes something along the lines of like, um, man, because I came across it earlier, and I know I've heard it before, but it's like one of those things where it's um, like fuck my life. It's like something along the line of pretty much what he was saying, where it was like men can fuck like emotionless, like if they sleep with somebody else, or they end up cheating or whatever, that can happen, and they can do it emotionless or whatever. But that when it comes to women, it's different, and it's not acceptable because if a woman does it, I'm sorry, then it's because she was emotionally involved, like she's involved more than just a physical aspect of something. It's something deeper, but I'm trying to remember what it was. Don't worry, guys. I'll type it in chat later. It's fine. I can't remember. But it just
So,
reminded me of that because I was like, ugh. Like it's an ugly way of thinking about things.
and one of the last things that I could say about like how he thinks is he says only women who are giving you sexual favors are worthy of your protection
But
because he says it's a transactional relationship. If I'm rolling with my girlfriend and shit goes down, it's my job to protect her. So fine. That's my girlfriend. I hit it. I fuck. She sucks my dick. Like it's whatever. So sure, I'll protect her. But if I'm rolling with my friend, she's just my friend. It's not my job to protect her. She ain't sucking my dick.
yeah, and then he said he refers to them as equals. I actually came across that same interview. And then he refers to them as equals, which I thought was really funny. Because as much as he talks and preaches about how pretty much men are up here and women are down here, honey, now in this interview we're equal now. Like we're equal now that stuff's going down. Is that what you're telling me? 'Cause
Yeah,
I'm
yeah, we,
confused.
we we weren't equal 5 seconds ago when you said what you said, but now we're equal. Now, okay,
Yeah.
bitch, because you scared of an asshole, but now we're equal. Like,
For
okay,
real. That's like
Mister
what?
Mister King of kickboxing. Now, ooh. So they're saying that the men who followed Tate's broken, twisted view of masculinity will eventually pose a threat to women. So girls are, like I said earlier, they're on there asking, seeing if they're following Tate, asking like what they think about, do they believe in the same things that he does, and this and that. So literally, a lot of relationships are ending because of this man, because the guys are on there like, whoa, oh my God, this king is speaking facts. Hey, king, like,
Cricket.
yeah. So, yeah, Priscilla, that is a huge, huge turn off. That is like, for me, that's a huge turn off. Like, for me, it's just a
That
no.
girl.
All of it's a no. Like, not even his money. The fact I don't give a shit if he's got 20 million or $20. I really don't give a fuck. Like, this kind of attitude, this kind of way of thinking, out the fucking door for me. No, it's a no
I'm
for me.
saying like big no.
So, to help with that, we are going to talk about 12 signs to spot if you're in a misogynistic relationship. And a lot of these are going to sound like a narcissistic relationship because misogyny and narcissism go hand in hand, ladies. So if you're
Most
dealing with somebody who's a narcissist, he more than likely is also a misogynist. So, you know, one of the signs is he sees women in black and white terms. So, a misogynistic man cannot forgive flaws or mistakes in women because he simply just dislikes women.
yeah,
So, that's the big thing. Um, it's like he labels them as evil or sluts, or, especially it's that when they go hard when they're with their boys and describing like, so if he constantly talks about women in a derogatory sense about them being horrible or finds faults in all your friends, calls all your friends whores, calls all your friends sluts, does all of that, then absolutely number one red flag, you're in a misogynistic relationship. And Richard, yes, narcissism is the worst. Sometimes it's easy to spot. You say it's so easy to spot, but for some other people, they just don't see it. It's crazy because narcissisms have plenty of tools that they use that,
yeah.
keeps them a little hidden there. So,
Yeah, I was about
and
to say that it's most of the time easy to spot, but there's some I won't say good ones, but there's some smarter ones out there that know how to play it, and they will pull that gaslighting thing till they are black and blue in the face, fam. Like that.
I know it's crazy. And I also want to point out that like, I don't want this to be completely gender specific because there are women that also fall into these categories and fall like into these. There is such a thing as a misogynistic woman, like that. It exists. So don't think that this is strictly male specific. It is not. So another one is that they are controlling, incredibly
Very,
controlling of the relationship. They don't see women as having any kind of value. So they think they can dictate everything from where they go, who they talk to, how they dress, what they do. So somebody like extremely possessive in that way, also misogynistic. Number three, he will blame you for everything. You'll
yeah,
notice that if he
Matilda.
has if he has a bad day, if something doesn't go his way, he'll let you know in some way how it was your fault. It was your
Yeah,
fault. You went to that. And
yeah,
so that's another one. Another sign is that you're gonna find that you yourself end up saying sorry a lot. So if you encounter someone in your dating life or just your everyday life where they are constantly apologizing for stuff that like you really don't have to apologize, like, oh, I'm sorry I kept you out late. Oh, I'm sorry, like, just apologizing refusively, that is a sign that person has been in a misogynistic relationship or is currently in one.
true,
So
very true.
everything is and that's like kind of like a learned behavior because then
Yeah,
everything's your fault. So you've been like repeatedly apologizing for stuff like,
like you literally got used to up here having to say sorry. Yeah,
right.
yeah, and you didn't do nothing wrong, honey. Like,
Or
but
it could be something as little as like you're washing dishes and you break a plate and you're like, you
yeah,
tell him, oh, I'm sorry I broke this plate. Why are you apologizing? Like,
yeah,
you know
yeah,
yeah. So another one is that they seem to have multiple personalities. Instead of thinking someone is bipolar or, whatever, something like that, it's because they have a constant hatred for women. And there's times where it's like different stages of the relationship. They come across as like sweet and charming one minute, the next minute they're ugly, like being cold, distant, cutting you down, doing all sorts of stuff like that. So that's going to be like another way to tell. Now, the big one, one of the big ones is he's going to treat, or they will treat men and women differently. They
mm,
won't.
yeah,
Some points they won't even look at a female when they're talking to, like in conversation, or if a female comes up, they will completely ignore them. You
yeah.
know,
I it hasn't happened to me, luckily, because they would have heard all of me. But But yeah, I've seen that happen. I was literally taken back. Like this is really like I'm really seeing this right now. Like because this is
Yeah.
that instance where they literally didn't even acknowledge a woman. I was like, I'm
And
sorry.
when it's your spouse and your partner, they will do the thing where they could be late for a date with you and it's fucking fine to them. They
Mm,
could get shit with you, it's fucking fine. You are literally the last concern or the you are last to them. They will put everything else before you. They will prioritize everything else in their life, especially other men like their boys or whatever over you. And then when you have the audacity to say anything, to have a reaction to their disrespect, that is when they also turn on the gaslighting and turn around and make it all your fault and about you. Exactly. That's when the narcissism kicks in. So
2 in 1
be
right there. It's a good one.
it's like a 3 in 1. It's like,
I know.
damn. Miss Kaylee says Harry Potter and the audacity of this bitch. Period. Period. So, okay. Number 7, he is sexually controlling. A clear sign of a misogynistic relationship is if your man never wants to please you in bed and is only fixated on his own needs.
Oh, bitch, I could never. Oh, I would literally get up and just laugh and make it fun. What?
I'd be like, that was
Why are we letting this happen?
the fastest 2 minutes of my life. I can't even get no nipple play. Like, what are we
No,
doing now?
yeah, it's not okay.
The producer was disgusted by that one.
Dang. I
So,
literally, bitch could never.
at number 8, he's gonna have no trouble cheating. No trouble cheating and doing it over and over again, no matter how many times you catch him, no matter how many times he apologizes for it, no
It'll
matter how
never
many times he
happen
says
again.
no. And if you're dealing with a misogynistic man, you may never actually get an apology for it. You will get, well, I only cheated because you blah 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 blah.
Okay.
Yeah. And also, misogynistic men don't feel they owe you any loyalty to begin with because, again, you as a woman have no value. You are serving your purpose.
Yep.
So,
No.
yep, he doesn't keep his promises to you. That's number 9. Any
Mm-hmm.
promises. And if he ever actually makes them, there will be no follow through. None.
Mm-hmm.
None.
And can do that.
Number 10 is a big one. Try and be more successful than your misogynistic man. I wish you would.
Oh, yeah. Well,
I
you
really
know,
wish you would. Misogynistic men cannot handle your success, ladies. They will not tolerate it, they will not handle it. It is unheard of. You should have your ass at home pregnant in the kitchen. Period.
yeah,
What are you doing?
you're disrespecting them by being successful. How dare you?
The only success big red flag. The only
Yeah.
success the only place where you should have success is in the home.
Kitchen and bedroom.
Ah,
uh,
How how we having that success when you ain't pleasing us? I'm just saying.
I'm like, there's so many question marks. Like, I'm like that meme where it's like you see all the
Of liquid.
equations going down. I'm like, wait. Mm-mm.
And the last way and the most saddest way that you can tell that you are in a relationship with a misogynistic man is when that relationship turns violent. So, a misogynistic man who truly hates women and views them as inferior resorts to physical violence in the end.
Almost
They,
always.
yeah.
Yeah.
So that definitely sucks. So if you catch, if you're out there in the dating pool and these guys are out there just slamming women, calling them whores for their lifestyles, like, all this stuff, red flag. I'm just saying,
Yeah.
watch out.
We're gonna
But
we're gonna close out, girls. Okay, we're gonna do
can someone explain to me why these misogynistic men can sometimes come with devil dick? Like,
that.
why is that and why is it? Because I'm not gonna lie, I've had relationships.
We're dating.
Oh, producer got jokes. Okay. Um, I'm not gonna lie, I have had several like relationships with misogynistic men, and the only thing that kept me around
Devil
was
did.
girl.
It was a dick.
Yes,
Yeah.
why is it worked out? So that's why, like, when Andrew Tate is talking shit, I'm like, yeah, that's little dick energy. However, uh, um,
It's one in every five misogynistic men.
are gonna make you break your toes, girl. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
So beware of that one. All the other ones, you just kind of flick those away. But it's the ones with the double dick you gotta watch out for. You can get the dick, then step out, hurry,
Just
get the
go,
dick
girl,
first.
go,
Go.
book it, run, run, Forrest.
Something
So
like
Richard says, it's interesting when you work with a narcissist. As a man, I find it disturbing to see a man act like this and makes me feel uncomfortable. I also feel like there are different severity levels of narcissistic attitudes. That is
absolutely
100% true. Yes, yeah.
yes.
I love
It's,
hearing a male's perspective on other narcissistic men because, it's just interesting to see like what you guys think of it as opposed to what us females think about it.
yeah, and I can definitely agree in a work environment, like because all the same for me, and it doesn't matter whether it's a man or a woman. Like either way, if they are narcissistic, overpowering like that, that type of just hover over you, doesn't stop, just you can feel them when when they're getting. That's so ugly. Like it's so ugly.
Absolutely. So, with that being said, this will be the only segment that we ever give any energy to a one Mr. Andrew Tate. He could suck a dick, he could suck several dicks as far as we're concerned, and but we did want to touch on him since he is such a big thing going on right now, like, not just on TikTok, but other outlets and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
ladies, beware of the Andrew Tates of the world. And yeah, we definitely we definitely won't be giving his great value pitbull ass any more
he's
acknowledgement on
he's
this
a
podcast.
Hercules pickle.
Nah, fuck her, please. You should. He ain't shit. I'm all the only way is out. The only way that we will ever entertain is if he actually reached out and was like, "I want to be on your podcast." Bitch, bet.
I'll be like, wait, what? I'm like, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
100%. Girl, no. Because I promise you, he will be stepping away from this podcast with a fucking headache and hating
Uh,
females even more. I don't give a shit.
oh, I can't remember what it was that we were watching where they were like, "This is my platform. Get the fuck out."
That one podcast with those guys that were like literally little mini Andrew Tates. Like,
Yeah, because that's what all of this has reminded me of. This is my platform. Get the fuck out. Wah.
yeah, you ain't saying shit. Nah. But all right, so we're gonna step away from the Andrew Tate bullshit of the world, and we are going to touch back on a topic that we talked about a few weeks ago, and that was the fine art of vabbing. Now, if you do not remember what
Y'all.
vabbing if you do not remember what vabbing actually is, I'm gonna let Rita explain it to you. Go, girl.
Rub your vagina. Get your vagina juices on your finger and put it behind your ear like it's perfume. Okay? It's not okay. It's not okay.
So we literally said that we were going to test this theory out. Okay, so Miss Rita has been busy with some life stuff going on, so I decided to take this challenge upon my shoulders.
Yes. Yes, nasty.
All right,
And I
so
blame the wine. I really do. I blame the wine because look, wine will have people out here just vabbing. I'm like, no, no.
so last night I did break open another bottle of this Dreaming Tree, and I was, a couple glasses in, and I was like, okay, I got called out. Real quick, one of our viewers, Mr. Richard says, "Do I need to close my eyes for this portion of the show?" No, No, the how-to will be coming very
Okay.
soon to a the how-to will be coming very soon to a Patreon near you. But so with that being said, um, no, you don't need to close your eyes. You can Google it if you would like to. I suggest it. I highly suggest it. So, yeah, so I got called out to one of our local clubs here called The Social, which like shout out to The Social. I figured The Social was like a fitting place for it since this if
It
you're
is.
not if
Yeah.
you're not from this area. The Social was involved in a little bit of controversy where two of their patrons took it upon themselves to have sex in kind of full view of everybody. So it got
Fine.
like, yeah, it's fine. They got video recorded and everywhere. But the funny part were the memes that people were making of these two people. Like, did you see
So fun.
those? There were like, where they like they imposed pinball machines, and it looked like they were.
No, I didn't see that one because I would have fucking died.
So I was like, this seems it's a social experiment. Let's try this. So before going out last night, I did the fine art of, you know,
Vabbing?
yeah, vabbing. So I really did. So I'm gonna explain it like in full. So I, used one finger. Most girls use two, whatever. It wasn't for pleasure. Okay, I was here for like I didn't want to be here that long. So anyway, two fingers would have been so fun. Anyway, so one finger. So, and it's not like what people think. People think like they go in there and like scrape, like you got like literally pussy juices hanging off your finger.
Hold
No,
up.
no,
Hold
no.
up.
You literally just touch the inside of your vagina. It's almost like, like if you would put like perfume oil on, some kind of like oily thing. Okay, anyway. So kind of like one of those rollers, those those perfume oil rollers or whatever. Rhea, say the word because people might not know what I'm saying. Oil, say
Oh yeah,
oil.
she can't talk. Oil. Oil,
Yeah,
guys. Oil.
yeah.
Okay.
I say oil. Anyway, so you take a little bit on your fingers, not a whole lot. Don't be rubbing all your fucking cervix on there or anything. So, so I did. So
Like,
I like I
she's like,
very funny, Miss Kaylee. OIL. Okay. Oh.
no,
And
she's the OAI. Maybe there's an H in there. We're not sure. L.
I can't stand y'all. Okay, so and where I put it is I put it right here, like down my neck, like just like right here on the nape of my neck. And then I put some like on my wrist and went like this. And then I was off. Right. And as I'm driving, I'm like noticing the smell and I'm like, this smells really sweet. I'm like, maybe it's the
Mm-mm.
way like your self mixes with yourself.
Your
But it's
own, yeah.
yeah, it smelled very sweet and expensive. I'm like, ooh, bitch, my pussy bougie.
She said, I am Armani.
Yes, Dolce and Gabbana, Fendi, everything like so, I get to this place, right? And of course, like I say hi to people because you know people. Like when you're social, like we are, we know people. They're out there, so I'm saying hi to people. And there's like, a group of guys I go say hi to, and I go sit down with them, and like immediately it was, damn, something smells good. Who is it? What's that? Who smells good? And one of them asked one of the other guys, "Is that you?" And that guy's like, "No, it's not me." And he looks over at me. He was all, "It's you, isn't it?"
Don't be suspicious. Don't be
Don't be
suspicious.
suspicious.
Most,
Mostly.
yeah.
So then I'm sitting there and they're like, "Do you want a drink? Do you want a drink? I'll buy you a drink right now. Do you want a drink? I'll go get you a drink right now." Yes, I would love a drink. Thank you.
So, crack. They were on
So,
crack.
yes, I smelled fabulous. Yes, Richard. Oh my God, that is the word.
That's
Fabulous. Oh, I'm putting that on a shirt.
I
We're putting
was,
that on a shirt.
I, stop it.
Oh, let us know if you want that in the merch store because it will be coming. Get
That,
it?
yeah, that would be. Oh, like coming.
Coming. How'd you do it? Coming.
Like coming.
You said both hands, bitch. You nasty. Why you nasty?
First off, okay, it's from Superbad. Okay, I would never.
Yeah. Uh huh. Never, never have you ever. So, um, the night went pretty good. Like there was another guy like sitting next to me, and for the majority of the time that I was there, he was just like, "You're so, I don't. You're just. There's something about you." I'm like, uh-huh.
It's my vagina.
Tell me more. Girl, it was so like by the end of the night, it was like, I'm walking her car. No, I'm walking her to her car. No, I'm walking her to her car. Nobody's walking
I
me to my damn car,
I can walk to my own car.
bitch. I know how to
if,
fucking walk.
if girl, they gonna fuck around and carry you like in the old Egyptian days. Like they gonna lift your chair up just because they can't decide.
Dead.
I
You
was
get the top
I need
half. I'll
video.
pillow up.
I need video of this ASAP. I need all the snaps of you just like this. Look at this.
Being carried. Ha
Yeah.
ha. So, ladies, I can say after this experiment,
I don't know about this guy.
Richard said those pervs, cochinos. Yes,
Cochino.
exactly. What's wrong with them? Um, I can say after this experiment, I did have my drinks paid for me. Millions, like gushing compliments, not millions, I'm over exaggerating, whatever, but it was a lot of compliments. Um, a lot of attention. Uh, yeah, and literally, they said like, "Ooh, you two smell good." Like,
He's out here vibing and vabbing.
vibing and vabbing, vabbing and vibing. It's like the new Netflix and chill, only it's not.
No, no, that is not
So,
chill. That is not chill.
ladies, I can say definitively the vabbing works. I will also say that it also occurred to me to try it last night because no chill.
No chill
Because
detected.
last night was the day after my ovulation, and we had read that during ovulation, that's the best time to do it, for whatever pheromone reasons that is out there in biology and stuff. So
That's out there. Biology.
in the world, thanks to this vabbing, it's vabbing biology. It's out there. So um yeah, it was definitely an experience.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, so 10 out of 10 recommend vabbing. Try it.
10 out of 10. You, you smell fabulous.
Oh, I love our producer. She says I just created Vabology.
Hey. So
Hey,
we got fabulous, babology, vibing and vabbing. Hey, which one do y'all like the best? We'll put it on a shirt.
I hope you know it's all going on shirts. We're gonna have a whole Vabalicious. Oh, that's another word. We're gonna have a whole Vabalicious section
There we go.
on our merch store. I'm just saying. So
Mm-mm.
yeah, so next time we're gonna get Miss Rita to do it, and we are definitely going to test those. Give it about a week or two. She'll be ovulating. We're gonna get her to test this. So, Mr. Richard said, if you put it in a 16-ounce bottle and sell it, you can call it Fabuloso. I'm gonna pass on that one. I'm gonna pass on that
Yeah,
one.
I
And
I was
nah,
thinking like talking about it like those old school like puff perfume bottles like all
yeah, no, I'm gonna pass. It's a no for me. No for me. If this were Shark Tank, it'd be a no.
for Shark Tank.
So he's like an 8 ounce. No, the size has nothing to do with it in this case.
So 2 ounces then 2 ounces.
No, no, fabulous. So we're gonna have to change that name.
No
Yeah,
fabulous. Your turn.
yeah. I don't think I could. We're gonna have to come up with a name for that. Like, but I did. Okay, but speaking of names of perfume, like when one of them asked me like what I was like, he's like, "What are you wearing?" Like, I was like, "Oh, it's Etude de Bonnet."
Uh-uh. I'm over you.
He's like
I'm
that.
over you.
He's
I'm getting out of here.
like, he's like that sounds French. I was like, yeah, it's new.
Super new.
Very, very super like exclusive.
Very
Like,
very fresh.
yeah. I'll send you a link. So
It's organic.
it's very organic.
Organic, not animal tested.
No.
Very vegan free.
It's vegan, it's gluten free.
Yeah, no, I said vegan free. This joke.
I was like, I feel attacked because I'm doing that right now. With that being said, you guys, thank you so much for joining us for this episode of Bitches Who Brunch. We loved having you guys here. So glad you guys were on this one to hear about the update on the vabbing story for sure. We also want to point out we got these are our test shirts. I have to bring mine because my titties fuck it all the way up. My titties are too big. You can't see shit with titties. I would jump up and down, but like it's not working. No, can't do it. Can't. But we are wearing our test tank tops that we got for our merch line that will be coming out soon. Keep an eye out for this merch line. We also want to send out a huge shout out to our new co-producer, Miss Kaylee. She has been doing an amazing job on these last 2 episodes. We are so thrilled to have her aboard. We can't wait to see like what she's going to bring with future episodes. We are here for it. Make sure you follow her. All of our information will be down in the show notes. Make sure you are following our Instagram page for sure. And please go follow our TikTok and YouTubes as well. There will be not TikTok, sorry, YouTube, Facebook. Woo! There will be a TikTok coming very soon. Keep an eye out for that next week. And as always, if you guys have any questions, comments, or anything, leave it in the Instagram page. DM the Instagrams. Go ahead and do that. We will reach out to you if you would like to be a guest host on this podcast. Let us know. We are always looking for guest hosts, so those applications are open, especially for next season.
Finale.
Have 3 more episodes for this season. Our season finale will be on August 30th, so make sure you look out for that. So, anything else, Miss Rita?
No, I think this is a hilarious episode.
Oh, Richie, thank you so much. Love you too. So thank you guys for joining us, and we will check you out on next week's episode. Bye.
Bye, guys.